Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Fall Guys. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today, the fall's the key. Let's get to it. Fall Guys is now available on all platforms, and if you're a PlayStation Plus member, there's a bonus. You get Fall Guys for free for this month. So go ahead and download it. There's no reason not to try it out. Now, Fall Guys at its heart is a battle royale game, but it's not like the typical battle royale game that you have been seeing over the past year or so. This is more of a reality TV show or game show where people are watching and they kind of laugh at your misfortune. So with some skill, strategy, and a little bit of luck, you can make it all the way to the crown. Like a lot of other games out there are season rankings starting at 0 and then going all the way up to 40, with different rewards at each level, whether it is a color, a pattern, a costume, or currency. Each level gets you something different than you already had. And of course, if that doesn't satisfy you, you can get more cosmetics from the store. Of course, you'll need currency again in order to get those items, so you'll either need to grind out the currency by playing the game and getting season rank levels, or buying it in microtransactions from the store. Now, in Fall Guys, there are a variety of events, but even if you've played about 5 times, you will have almost certainly have seen a duplicate event at least once. And there are basically 2 different principles while you're playing. Either get to the finish line to qualify, or don't get eliminated. And really, that could be for any of the events. Don't get eliminated. Because whether you are running to the finish line, you're trying to get there before a certain number of people, or if you're playing a team event where you're trying to keep your team from getting eliminated, or if you're trying to stay on a rolling log and trying to not get eliminated, every event you're basically trying to stay in the game until the very last event. The very last event has you going and grabbing the crown. You have to be the first, the fastest, or the luckiest to get up to that point and grab the crown before anyone else. Now, your character, along with being able to move, he can also jump, dive, and grab. You can grab other players, but other players can grab you as well. Not only will this slow you down, this will also slow them down. So much like a leech, it is annoying at best. Now, in free-for-all events, you only have to rely on yourself, which makes it a little bit easier on you, because if you know the strategy, if you know how to get from one end to the other or how to survive, then you at least have the basic idea of how to get to the next level. In team events, you have to rely on other players in order to not get eliminated and move on to the next round. Now, in terms of strategy for team events, most of the time it is best to have a couple of defenders and the rest are attackers, or divided up evenly into attackers and defenders, depending on what event it is. If you're in the Rocket League-like soccer event, it's best to have 2 or 3 defenders and everyone else is trying to score a goal. In events where you're trying to push the ball into the goal before anyone else, it's best to have, say, 4 or 5 people pushing, and the other people run out ahead and try to prevent the other teams from making progress. On events like grabbing the eggs from the middle and putting it into your goal, it sounds easy enough, but then other people can grab the eggs out of your goal and bring it to their own. So you'll need a couple, at least 2 defenders defending your eggs, keeping people from running off with those eggs. And depending on the situation, you may want to have more attackers than defenders, or vice versa. If you're on the losing team, then obviously you're going to have more attackers and fewer defenders. And if you are in first place, then you will want to defend and maybe only have a couple of attackers. Now, this is made even more difficult because it is difficult to communicate with your team. Now, you are able to play with your friends, but if one of your friends or all of your friends get eliminated and you're continuing to go on, then they will have to spectate. And in general, the first event is almost always an individual event. It is a free-for-all event where you have to beat other players, including your friends. If your friends make it with you to the second, third, or fourth round, then you have a higher chance of getting into a team event where you can talk to each other and say, what's going on? What are you going to do? Okay, you're going to attack, I'll defend, etc., which makes it a little bit easier. Now, team events like tail tag, it almost makes sense to have two players pair up together, one with a tail, one without a tail. So then when an enemy player grabs your tail or your friend's tail, you can grab it back almost immediately, and that will prevent your team from being eliminated. But in any case, no matter what you do, it is best just to play and get a feel for the game and get a little bit of experience and kind of understand how to play, what to do where, and where to go. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.